The RC-500 doesn't have a dedicated all-start-stop, like its bigger brothers, the RC-600, the RC-505. However, it is in the menu and you can change this. And today, I'm going to show you two different ways. One where we change one of these three buttons. We're going to change the yellow one to be all-start-stop. And then the second way is using an external pedal, whether that's an FS6, an FS7 pedal, or an alternative. Let's start with just the RC-500. So we're going to take this away and we'll bring this back later. So as you get this out of the box, this is record and play and overdub, which is my green one. The red one is stop and clear. And then the yellow one is track select, which means you can go from track 1 over to track 2 and back to track 1 again. This is indicated by the little flashing track 1 and track 2 LED. But you want to control both track 1 and track 2 independently, but you also want an all start stop. So what we're going to do is we're going to change these three. These two are actually set to current. So whatever track it's on with this little indicator, that's the current track. We're going to change it. So the green one is actually going to be track 1 and the red one is going to be track 2. Now the downside of this is one pedal looping. So you have to double tap to stop and hold down to clear. So each one of these will have a record, a play, a stop and a clear. Think of it like two RC5s next door to each other. Then we're going to use the yellow button to be our all start stop. Okay, so let's do it. So the first thing we need to do is actually go into memory. I'm going to scroll across until we find control. This is where we can change what the pedals do. So as you can see here, pedal 1 is current record play. We're going to hold the value dial all the way down and then just turn it, and that'll get us all the way back to the beginning. And what we want is track 1. Now we don't want with track 1 record play. We need to be able to stop it and clear it as well. So the one we're looking for is RPSC, record play, stop and clear. Overdub is in there as well, by the way. And you can see it says T1, track 1. So then we're going to go over to pedal 2. We're going to do exactly the same, but for track 2. So now if we give this a click, we can scroll down to track 2, and then we can find the one we need. Now you can go over to RPS, which is record, play, stop, but I want to be able to have the clear on there as well. So these two are now independent, and this still flashes depending on which one you're on. It's just the last one you recorded. But now what that means is pedal 3, we don't need the track select anymore. This is where our all start stop comes in. Now as you're scrolling through the options, there is no all start stop. There's an all start, but actually that is it. That's the all start stop. I wish they would change the name of that. But on pedal 3, we can scroll across the other way and we can actually find all start. There it is. So all start is all start stop. Okay. So now we've done that, I'm going to write that to the memory. And before we get going, you'll notice that pedal 3 now isn't lit up. And that's because there's nothing down for it to all start or all stop. So let me put a little beat down and I'll show you how this works. So we've got something on both tracks, and you can see that there from the display, and we can just stop it. Now the double tap to stop obviously is there for both, so I can obviously start it again. I can double tap, and we can bring one out, and just bringing it back as a single tap. And I can stop it with that one tap. This is nice and easy, and it means you don't need any additional equipment. The downside is double tapping to stop. Obviously double tapping in time, or double tapping making sure that you get the stop right for individual tracks. But if you're making tracks and you just need to stop it and start it, this is a great option. Now, before we bring the other pedal back in, I just wanted to let you be aware of Loop Academy. Loop Academy is my membership on YouTube. And long story cut short, I've put all my courses that I normally sell on my website on YouTube as playlists. If you join the membership, you've got Loop Lovers and you'll get access to How to Loop Like a Pro. That course is normally $48 and the membership is cheaper than that. And if you join the full-blown Loop Academy, then you'll get access to all my courses, the 500 course, the 600 course, How to Loop Like a Pro, the Shearing Looper X course. Plus we're doing monthly Q&As for looping. And if you join in September, you're going to get access to my looping cheat sheet, which on my website I charge $19 for. You'll get it for free. And if I bring out a brand new course, you're going to get it. Thank you to those who have joined the membership. There's a join or a subscribe plus button depending on where you are in the world. Have a look underneath this video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now's the time to do it. Okay, so for this example, I've put these back to the default. So that's record play again, that's stop and clear, and that's track select. Now what we're going to do is use an external pedal. So therefore, I'm going to keep this like the default, and we're going to plug this in. Now this is an FS7 pedal by Boss. You don't need to power it, but you can if you want to see the lights working, and it has 2 buttons, so we can actually use it for multiple things as we've done in previous videos. I'm just going to plug this in now with the TRS cable. So now we've got 2 extra buttons, and what I want to do is I just want to use the bottom one here for play and stop. So for this, I'm not going to change any of these 3. We're going to change these. Now you've got 2 options here. We can either have a start and stop on each button, or we can have a start/stop on one button. I prefer a start/stop on one button because you can tap it real quick if you wanted to stop something and bring it back in again, but you can have it on individual ones if you wanted to. So to do this, we're going to go back into memory. I'm going to scroll back to where we were for control, and you can see pedal 1, pedal 2, and pedal 3, but then we've got control 1 funk and control 2 funk. Now this is where you need to be aware of these pedals. With the Boss pedals specifically, you'll see it says an A and a B. They were designed for something else, and actually control 1 is B and control 2 is A. To control 1, we've got rhythm, play, stop. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to go back to that all start, and that's all I want from it. That's it. So therefore, I don't want to use the second pedal. So again, let me put something down. So we've got our track there, and we can go between track 1 and track 2 with our track select, and there is our all start stop. And this is the reason why I like it on one pedal, because you can do some creative stuff with it, like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's much quicker than going up, down, up, down, up, down. Alternatively, if you want it to be a stop and a start, there's 2 ways to do it. One, you could actually just have the all start on both pedals. So then as you hit one and hit the other, depending on what you want, but I just prefer it on one. Or what you could do is you can set up a lot of assigns. So you can have 2 assigns for the start, track 1 and track 2, or 2 assigns for the stop, track 1 and track 2. So track 1 and track 2 start is at the top, and track 1, track 2 stop is at the bottom. It's a lot of messing around, but I think if you've just got one button to start and stop all, it's exactly like the RC-600, for example. It's got a dedicated start and stop all. I think that's what most people would want. If you have found the content of this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, and it helps me and helps the channel grow. If you want to dive completely into the RC-500, the link for the Loop Academy is in the description box below. A link's just come up on screen for it, and the other one is all the RC-500 videos that I've done on YouTube so far.